Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla, and if you've been here for a minute, you are about to experience whiplash. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry. It is like the hottest week of the year here, and so this is like the only time I get to be outside. It's kind of sunset, so please don't mind the air conditioning if you can hear it, or the birds if you can hear them. I'm hoping that you guys don't mind the noises. I'm gonna try to edit as much of it out as I can in post, but I was kind of deciding how I wanted to film this video, if I wanted to like set up the big camera and do like a fancy video, or if I just wanted to like really sit down with you guys and just like be straight up chill, relaxed, very honest. And I just felt like the most important thing for me to do in this video was to be vulnerable with you guys, which is terrifying, but I think essential. So here's the deal. I'll just jump right into it. Last summer, as you guys might know, I took a break from the channel. I was experiencing just some extreme burnout in life. For the last 5 years, up until about a year ago now, I worked in news journalism, which was really, really hard. And I was reporting through all of 2020, and it was just really chaotic and really difficult. And I don't know, I was so sure I wanted to leave. This was my first job out of college. I had a hard time finding a job right out of college, and this, like the one that I ended up going with, I loved the people I worked with, and I still am like one of my best friends I met from there, and I still absolutely love and adore every single person that I worked with at that company. And it was just hard because I hated what I was doing. I felt really weird, and I'm a really sensitive person. I also have very strong viewpoints, and a lot of the times it felt really uncomfortable having to report on things that just didn't align with my views. And so I was like, right, this is not the right thing for me. I'm going to leave this world. And so I transitioned from news journalism to real estate writing. And I didn't want this job. It's so funny. I almost like didn't take it, but I was so desperate to get out of the news that I was like, I'm just gonna take it, even if it's temporary. And that is exactly what happened. I have been at this job that I am just finishing now for the last 7 months. I think the project is so cool, but I hate corporate America. And I'm just not built, I don't think, for a corporate setting like this one. So last Monday I put in my 2 weeks notice. That said, I don't know what I'm doing next. I don't have another job lined up. I've been applying for jobs in libraries, in the library world, in museum curation. I double majored in English and history in college, and really I just want to like break out of what I'm currently doing. And I don't know, I honestly, in life there have been a very small handful of things that I've been consistently passionate about, and that has been this YouTube channel, baking, crafting, books, fashion, obviously, which is encapsulated in this YouTube channel. And I think that's kind of it. So what does that mean for this channel? What does that mean going forward? Obviously, I'm going to be applying for jobs. Like I said, have already kind of applied for a few things. I applied for a library assistant job, which I really, really want. I also applied for a curatorial fellowship, and I'm just looking for other things, remote work and writing in just like a different sector. I'm currently doing some freelance writing, but that said, as I previously mentioned, there have been only a few things that I've been consistently passionate about in this world, in this life, and this channel is one of them. So I need your help. Basically, guys, I'm taking a risk on myself here. This has been a long, long journey to 5,000 subscribers. I've had this channel for about 11 years. Realistically, I don't think I started posting like high quality content until probably 2020, around the pandemic. That was maybe like the biggest burst of creativity I've had in a really long time. And I can recognize that it's been a very long time coming, kind of getting the channel to even where it is now. And that even last summer, I had decided that this was just going to be a hobby. Not to be dramatic, but I think what has happened here, it's so ridiculous. If you guys saw my announcement video from last year, so much has changed. And I was so confident in everything that I said in that video. And it cracks me up that I have just like changed my mind. But this is a life lesson in that, like, it is okay to change your mind. People change their minds all the time. You can be so 100% confident in something and then like the next day, an hour later, be so completely unsure about that thing. Like, life is inconsistent. The only thing that's constant in life is change, and that includes changing our minds. And yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. And one of the biggest changes is that I want to try to pursue YouTube as a viable career. And I'm gonna just be really vulnerable and honest, and that's so scary and kind of feels like weirdly cringe to me for some reason to admit out loud. And I think it's just because like fear of judgment. And also I suffer from the fatal combination of fear of failure and fear of success. So, I don't really know what you do with that. Like, I'm terrified at being perceived. I'm also terrified of falling on my face. And I can recognize that both of those things are good for me. Doesn't make it any easier. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just here to say, I need your help trying to make this a reality. So what does it look like to turn YouTube into a career? Obviously I have like a lot of experience in like the editing side of this and the content creation side of this. I really honestly, I'm not like a marketing genius, which I think is maybe my downfall in all of this, but I think call to action, they say. So I'm here asking you to please be interacting with the content. Like it, save it, share it, comment on it. I read once something about like 5 words or more to feed the algorithm in a comment. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. And I also don't really care. I mean, just like making sure that we have a lot of interaction, I guess, with the content. I'm so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. It's so funny to ask for help. And it's so funny to be like this vulnerable with you guys. I think I like the idea of having had such like a curated space here on YouTube, but it's not realistic. Full time, it's not like realistic for my content to always be that curated. And also like you guys probably don't feel like you know anything about me. Or what you do know is just like the little bits. On Instagram, I'm like super vulnerable. So if you follow me over there, like you would know a bit more about like the inner workings of me. But I think my YouTube channel by and far has been like pretty surface level. And that's on me. That's not on you guys. That's on me. That's out of straight up fear. Straight up fear of judgment, of, I don't know, the whole cancel culture of everything is really scary, and I just feel like people will find things and nitpick on them, and that freaks me out, and I'm really sensitive, which is a hard thing to be when you want to be an online person. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but what I'm trying to say is I love this channel. I love creating fashion content. I have so much fun and find so much fulfillment in creating this kind of content. And even when I do the occasional baking video or sewing video, or when I vlog, when I travel, I just find it to be so much fun. And I hope you guys feel the same way. I guess I just make this video to say there's gonna be more content. There's gonna be a lot more content. because I will be treating this going forward as a full-time job until I either succeed and it really becomes my full-time job, or I fall flat on my face and fail. Either way, I'm terrified and really excited to see what the future of this channel is, to see what we can create here as a community, as a little space where hopefully, my goal is to create a safe space where people can see themselves, where people feel heard, where people feel like they can just escape from reality for just 30 minutes a week, or 30 minutes every other week, however frequently content comes out, and just play dress up. Get lost in learning about a new fashion aesthetic. Try out a new subscription clothing rental service. Exploring the world of secondhand luxury fashion. All the different things we're gonna do, fantasy related, styling, the autumn content that I hope to create. All things over the Garden Wall, Lord of the Rings, Gilmore Girls, Practical Magic, all that stuff. That's what I want this space to be. A place where we can all feed our inner child, escape reality, and just have fun. And feel safe. So that's what's happening. So thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much for sitting here listening to me ramble. Basically, you're watching me have a quarter-life crisis. But I also hope that this serves as a reminder that, like, it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm 28. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's never too late to pivot. It doesn't matter if you're supposed to be 6 years into your career. If it's not serving you, if it is damaging your mental health, which for me it was, I had a full-blown panic attack in the middle of my office the other week. And when I tell you, I've never been so embarrassed. Like, I was hyperventilating, heaving, crying. It was not good because of the pressure of it all. And so it's never too late. It's never too late to take a risk on yourself, and that, my friends, is what I'm doing here. I'm taking a risk on myself. And I have plans, but I want to ease you guys into that. I don't want to, like, freak you out all at once by dumping everything on you. So expect more content here across all of my other platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Also expect to see more handmade jewelry popping into the chat. I'm so excited to get back into making jewelry. I haven't been able to do it because I've just been so busy, and just haven't had the time, really. And so now that I have the space and the time, I will be making more handmade jewelry. I can totally share some of that process with you guys too. And of course, I am going to be launching a website where you guys can check it out instead of doing it on Etsy. Etsy's kind of like hit or miss. So I'm gonna just be creating my own website, so that'll be under development for the next couple of weeks. And when that is officially live, of course, I will share that with you all. Yeah, I mean, just like other things down the pike, I am considering a Patreon. If you guys would be interested in that, there's some content that just, like, doesn't fit here on the channel, and I think you guys would enjoy, but it's also stuff that, like, can't exist on YouTube as well. Like, some of it can, but others of it can't. Like, if we did like a book club, or if we did like movie nights, if we did like bucket lists for different seasons, aesthetic guides, like PDFs to different fashion aesthetics. I used to have some on Instagram, and then Instagram updated and they disappeared. So I had a dark academia and a cottagecore one. They disappeared, but I would be happy to, like, recreate them in, like, PDF form. I would love to do that, really. It's more like I can post vlogs over there, exclusive, like, early access to content, all of that kind of stuff, behind the scenes kind of content for those who are interested. And then also, one of my best friends and I have been talking about starting a podcast. This is a lot. I'm throwing a lot at you. But for now, what you need to be aware of is there will be more content across all platforms, and the handmade jewelry stuff is coming back into the chat. If you guys are interested in a Patreon or a podcast, I'd love to know down below. If you think that would not suit you, that would also be fine. I would love to know down below. Like, I really genuinely want to gauge interest in these kinds of things. And yeah, So let's go, team. Let's see if we can, I don't know, this is so embarrassing for some reason, but I'm so serious about this. So if you wouldn't mind, like I said, subscribe to the channel, like this content, like this video, like my other content, watch it, share it with your friends and family. It would mean the entire world to me. Thank you so much for sitting with me and having this chat. I am really grateful for every single one of you guys. Don't forget, it costs absolutely nothing to be kind. So be kind to yourself and others. I'll see you guys soon.